And then you send out Raggedy Patty once more to go ahead and try to make Trump look like the bad guy.
Welcome to my party. We're just getting
So let's see. Let's take a good look at the back guy. Who is this crazy looking dude with the droopy eye? Man, let's finish hearing what he got to say.
Before I let you go, I do have to ask you about this, what I found to be a completely crazy story in the Washington Post. I've read it 3 times and I can't stop thinking about it, which basically outlines, and it was kind of overshadowed by everything today, to be honest. It basically outlines the plan that Trump and his allies have to use the federal government to punish critics and opponents if he wins a second term. They're drafting plans. They're talking about invoking the Insurrection Act. Reading that, what did you think? What concerns you the most about what you saw in that story?
Now y'all see it? Anything to get Trump, baby. Anything to get Trump. So now the tactic is, all right, let me come out here and we're all going to say that Trump is planning a strategy to take over the world, to take over America, to set himself up as a king, and to use the power of the federal government to go after all of his political opponents. You mean the ones that are corrupt? You mean the ones that have been undermining our democracy the whole time? Plotting, communicating, conspiring to destroy Trump, conspiring to go after all of their political enemies, using these agencies, abusing these agents. Are you talking about them, Ragged T? Because if that's the case, that sounds like justice to me, not revenge. It sounds like justice. So you should be afraid if you're guilty. That's all I'm saying. It ain't you unless it's you. Let's continue hearing this guy try to scare everybody that Trump's taking over the world.
So it's, bonkers. I'm not sure what words to apply to the things that are said in that article and the way it's characterizing Donald Trump's plans. I seldom curse on Twitter. I did a couple of hours ago in response to the article. It's ironic that Donald Trump says things about his current political legal predicament, including with respect to the case we've been talking about.
It's ironic that you would have 4 indictments as the leading candidate, and the people who are indicting you, is all coming from your opponent on political persecution. It's ironic that you would speak out against this, that you would come out and call this mess what it is, a witch hunt and election interference. It's ironic that you would do that. You should just sit there and take the beating. You should just act like this is all normal. That's what you should do. Yeah, act like this is a legitimate investigation. Yeah, I'm guilty pretty much of all of this stuff they're accusing me of. They got a legitimate reason to come after me, even though they've been coming after me when I came down the escalator and still coming after me because I'm the biggest threat to their power, and they'll do anything to stop Trump. So let's finish hearing this guy try to gaslight his audience.
It's a banana republic. It's not. The things that are being talked about, if you believe the article to be true and the reporting to be accurate and correct, that Donald Trump is specifically wanting to weaponize his next attorney general if he gets back into the presidency.
You know what's crazy about this? Is what they're describing is what's going on right now. Creepy Sleepy, the DOJ, the FBI, all of them have been weaponized against Trump and us. And yet this guy, he's going to use his to weaponize and go after his... No. Hopefully he'll put a man or woman in with some integrity and a serious pit bull attitude about going and digging out all this corruption and unraveling all of the corruption in these agencies if you got to tear them down and rebuild them. Me as a Trump supporter, I want to see that. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see a rogue president get in and do what this one is doing and this Department of Justice is doing, which is obviously going after their political opponent to stop him from winning, along with us. But if Trump gets in, I know that these people who we've been observing for the last 8 years with all of this underhandedness, all of this conspiring, the J6 thing, stuff like that, the money being filtered into all of these people who just show up randomly and start, protesting and tearing up cities and stuff like that. All of these prosecutors who are rogue, all of that stuff, all the stuff we've been witnessing, Trump has a legitimate reason to say, find out what's going on with all of that. That's what I want. I want you to find out what's going on. I'm not going to take it easy anymore. I'm not going to be like, hey, listen, could, do me a favor and look into that whole thing with Joe Biden. No. Get in there and say, hey, Rudy Giuliani, somebody like that. Go get him. Sick him. But let's finish hearing this guy try to tell us Trump's the bad guy.
And all the people under him to specifically go after not only political enemies of his, but people who he employed who have been disloyal to him without any evidence, without any basis at all.
With no evidence, no base at all. People like Milli Vanilli, who tried to lie and say Trump was the one who wanted to go to war with Iran. That guy, the guy who got on the phone with dang on China talking, but don't worry, I got it all under hand. That guy. No legitimate reason to go after him. What about Raggedy Ray, who had that laptop sitting inside of that cabinet forever and never did anything about it? Interesting. Okay, but no legitimate reason.
That's the Banana Republic. And so I think if people should read the article. I read it twice and I can't stop thinking about it. You read it 3 times. People should read it.
Yeah, you can't stop thinking about it because you know it's going to be hell to pay if Trump wins. That's why y'all all talking about this stuff. Y'all all over there like, oh yeah, it's a tough crowd. I hope he doesn't win. You're going straight Rodney Dangerfield right about now.
Once and understand that the consequences for the rule of law and for democracy and for justice in America and one standard of justice in America, if Trump becomes the president again, will be a thing of the past.
A thing of the democracy. Boy, I tell you, man, they sure enough do not have any governor when it comes down to the lies they come up with. Anything to stop Trump. If they got to get out there and tell their whole audience, hey, listen, democracy will be a thing of the past if Trump wins. You understand that, right? Yeah, everything is going to just disappear if Trump wins. And then you got Raggedy Patty about to come out and try to run it back with some more propaganda and gets caught in a web of lies.
I mean, this isn't a serious approach, but it's part of a pattern we've seen from Donald Trump and his team again and again and again. His defense is basically to gaslight, to repeat a lie so often and so forcefully in the hope that his people eventually believe it, despite all the evidence to the contrary.
What? Now, y'all know this is about to come back and bite her. Why would she come out and say something like this? She obviously is relying on the low IQ viewers of MSNBC that have no idea the lies that Raggedy Patty have been dishing out. Therefore, I'm going to have to expose this big fat liar. Oh, Hunter Biden's story, Russian disinformation.
The laptop data we had analyzed showed no evidence it was faked or tampered with. You're confident based on your analysis this is Hunter Biden's data and that it's real.
Yes.
To gaslight, to repeat a lie so often and so forcefully in the hope that his people eventually believe it. Yep, go ahead, Peter.
Thank you, Jen. Why is the administration flying thousands of migrants from the border to Florida and New York in the middle of the night?
Well, I'm not sure that it's in the middle of the night.
Oh, somebody's nose is growing. Pinochio Award. Let's finish here, Pinocchio. Look at that. That plane did land in the middle of the night. How much further can that nose grow? Let's finish hearing this liar. At the end of this, the nose is going to be touching the screen. Here we go.
When you think about it.
Well, I'm not sure that it's in the middle of the night.
Why would President Biden say he has been to the border?
Well, Peter, as you may have seen, there's been reporting that he did drive through the border when he was on the campaign trail in 2008.
There you go.
Did drive through the border?
I mean, I thought he looked at it on the map. I thought, well, he didn't actually go there, but he looked under. You know what, Peter? Just stop asking me questions. All right? You know I don't like when my nose grows. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Yeah, see? So you see her nose grow? You see this big Pinocchio? Let's finish hearing her
When he was on the
Stone.
campaign trail in 2008.
Oh, White House claims President Biden has been on the border despite no record of any visit. Whoa! Hey, somebody needs to send me a bigger novelty nose than this. This won't contain all of the lies coming out of Raggedy. Let's continue though. Oh. Cha-cha-cha.
We have been looking all morning, and we cannot find any record of him visiting the border as president,
Here
vice
comes another
president,
one.
senator, or even as a concerned citizen.
To repeat a lie so often and so forcefully in the hope that his people eventually believe it,
Yeah.
despite all the evidence to the contrary.
There you go. That's Raggedy at her best, man. Woo! She wins the Pinochio Award of the year. But wait, we ain't done. Because it gets crazier, y'all. We got a few more minutes of madness going on around this country. So get ready, y'all, for the stupid alert. Somebody said, what is that? Yeah, man. It's a long novelty nose. Just for those who lie. It's a Pinocchio nose. I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well.